Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be talking all about the top 5 repeat offenders for ingredients in skincare that I think that you should absolutely avoid at all costs. So I kind of base this video just on the top 5 things that I see most commonly in skincare. Of course, there are tons of other ingredients that, aren't the best for your skin, but these are just the top 5 that I see all the time. So the first offender is going to be one that you can find in a cleanser. Its name is sodium lauryl sulfate or sodium dodecyl sulfate. This ingredient is a surfactant, so it behaves like a soap or a cleansing agent, and it's also an emulsifier and a foaming agent. So basically its entire goal is to cleanse or to clean, and it does this by actually lowering the surface tension of any aqueous or water-based solution. If you look at the structure of the molecule, you'll see a charged head and then an uncharged hydrocarbon tail. The hydrocarbon tail, because it doesn't have any charged ions, it doesn't have any of those elements in it, it's just carbon and hydrogen, thus the name hydrocarbon. It's going to be hydrophobic, as in it will not bond to water, it will not interact with water, and in fact anything that's a polar substance it's not going to interact with. Instead it's going to interact with non-polar substances like lipids and fats and oils. Then on the other side, the hydrophilic head does interact well with water and any aqueous based impurity. It's hydrophilic, as in it's liking water because of the charges on the molecule. So in this way, the cleanser can basically interact with both polar and non-polar impurities that exist on your skin. So that's what sodium lauryl sulfate does and how it does it. The bad news is that it is a huge skin irritant. It causes sensitivity because it is way too drying for human skin. There are tons and tons and tons of resources that you can pull, and actually I read somewhere that sodium lauryl sulfate is actually the baseline that a lot of chemists and biochemists and dermatologists use to describe the sensitivity towards a surfactant, because sodium lauryl sulfate is so irritating for skin. The bottom line here is that SLS is not going to kill you, it's not going to give you cancer, it's not going to kill you. But I will say that you should always err on the side of caution. If you see a cleanser that contains SLS, I strongly suggest that you pass on that one and go for something that has SLES. I think sodium lauryl sulfate is an ingredient that you should avoid because of its just super drying, super irritating properties. The second one is a big one that I see all the time, and there are kind of 2 different molecules here, but I'm just going to lump them together. But basically, alcohol, not fatty alcohol. Fatty alcohols are great. The alcohol I'm talking about is like denatured alcohol, isopropyl alcohol, SD alcohol 40, and ethanol. These are all super, super drying, and I see these all the time in skincare, especially within the top 3 or 5 ingredients. Whenever I see alcohol in the top 3 or 5 ingredients, I'm like, yikes. Alcohol is just a super drying ingredient, and I would not recommend that you use it on your skin at all. Not in a cleanser, not in a toner, not at all. It's just such a drying ingredient, and there are tons of studies you can look up on this. Like, this is not a secret to dermatology at all. And I think the biggest offender here is toners that contain alcohol. I see a lot of these. I actually have kind of like a terrible funny story about denatured alcohol. A few years back, I bought a toner because I was like, what's the deal with toners? And I remember it was a Mario Badescu cucumber toner. I think that's what it's called. It's like a big green bottle, and I was using it for a few days and I was like, this is really drying my skin out. And then I looked at the ingredients and I saw alcohol and I was like, duh. So that was my fault for not reading the ingredients. You should always read the ingredients first off before you buy anything. So yeah, I can personally attest that denatured alcohol is absolutely so drying and so stripping for your skin, especially toners where the majority of the content of the toner is alcohol. Basically, my theory on what happens is when you apply alcohol to your skin, it evaporates very, very quickly because alcohol has a very low flash point in that it evaporates at room temperature. That really rapid evaporation causes moisture to leave the skin, and therefore that leaves your skin really prone to dryness, and also the dryness is going to cause issues to the acid mantle of your skin, which is going to compromise, the integrity of your skin and the ability of your skin to fight infection and keep out dirt and germs. And therefore, you're probably going to see breakouts and texture. So alcohol is a big no. Third one is fragrance, and honestly, at this point, fragrance in skincare is just barbaric. I don't know why people do it. I mean, I know why companies do it. It's because as consumers, we want our products to smell good, especially if we're forking over a lot of money for these products. We want to open it and we want it to smell good. That's why companies put fragrance in all of their stuff, which just drives me up the wall. But basically, fragrance can manifest as any of the following words I'm going to put on the screen. Any one of those means fragrance and should be avoided in skincare because fragrance literally serves no other purpose than just to make your skincare smell good. It's not helping your skin at all, and in fact, it's really irritating your skin. Even if you don't get breakouts, even if you don't get redness and tingling when you put on something, rest assured, actually don't rest assured, because the fragrance is an irritant, and although you're not seeing like an immediate inflammatory response, it's probably damaging your skin because your skin is responding to those irritants. There's kind of a parallel to fragrance and also sun protection. They say that damage from UV rays happens as soon as you walk out in the sunshine without wearing SPF, and so it's kind of similar to the same way fragrance works. You may put on fragrance skincare and you may not notice damage, but in the same way, you may not put on sunscreen and you may not notice damage, but it's happening. The fourth big ingredient to avoid is kind of going off of the last one, but basically fragranced essential oils. I will put a big list on the screen right now, but basically any of these are proven skin irritants and have absolutely no benefit to your skin whatsoever. All of them smell great, but they are skin irritants and they should be avoided. The very last one is sodium hydroxide, which is also known as lye, as in L-Y-E. This one is a big no-no for your skin because your skin is naturally acidic. When you put something very, very basic or very, very alkaline onto your skin, it really messes up your skin. And it doesn't just mess up your skin, it also messes up the healthy natural microflora that exists on your skin and helps actually prevent infection. I will say that sodium hydroxide can be used safely in very, very small amounts to kind of balance the pH and stabilize the pH inside of a skincare product. If that's the case, you're likely to see sodium hydroxide like way down the ingredients list, like probably one of the last ingredients, and in that case, I wouldn't worry. But if you're seeing sodium hydroxide as one of the first 5 ingredients, that's a sign to worry. I see sodium hydroxide a lot in acne medications, like those topical solutions that you put on your skin to spot treat, and I think this is a big issue because it's way too harsh for already inflamed, irritated skin. When you have acne, your first impulse should not be to nuke your face with sodium hydroxide and super harsh drying ingredients that are just so bad for your skin. You should treat your skin gently and just let your skin do its thing. Of course, if your acne is like out of control, you should talk to a dermatologist, talk to a doctor, because there could be something else going on. But for the occasional pimple here and there, there's absolutely no need to just like drop a bomb on your skin. So those are the 5 ingredients that I came up with that I think you should avoid at all costs in skincare, with, you know, the exception of where they are in the ingredients list. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I would love to hear your thoughts down below on videos like this where I just kind of talk about ingredients and break down ingredients. I'm also thinking about doing like ingredient spotlights where I talk about one specific ingredient, like the structure of it, the chemistry behind it, how it works, where you're likely to see it, interactions, that kind of thing. Let me know your thoughts. I am so happy to film chemistry-based skincare videos. Those are my jam. But until my next video, I hope you have a beautiful week and I will see you soon. Bye.